A healthy relationship break isn't a vacation from the relationship. Instead, it's a way to put on the pause button temporarily so you can gain hopefully some greater clarity into the issues you bring into the relationship, maybe why you're triggered in certain situations, and what's creating upset or unhappiness for you. If you can get better at your own emotional regulation and identifying ways you can change instead of focusing on what your partner needs to do. I know it's your favorite, but no. Relationship breaks can be a relationship saver. But an unhealthy relationship break, and again, I've seen this more than the good stuff, creates distrust, resentment. It pushes the two of you farther apart, not closer. An unhealthy relationship break, again, my opinion, often happens because it's really time to actually break up, but that feels too painful or you haven't been able to do it. First things first, you want to avoid multiple cycles of relationship breaks and then getting back together. This is something we have research on, and researchers call it relationship churning. It's more common in younger adults, so we see it more in Gen Z, for sure, and some in Gen Y, or millennials. Gen Y and millennials are the same, just so you know, in case anyone was not sure. But we do see it more in the research. It's coming up that it's more in Gen Z. So in the research show that when there's a lot of relationship churns, breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, there's a propensity, there's more violence, there's more trauma, there's lower self-esteem when couples are caught in this cycle. So I am not a fan. If you're going to take a relationship break, I don't think it should happen more than once, personally. And again, it should happen in a healthy way. And likely in the past, when you've done it, you've literally broken up and gotten back together, even though you might have called it a break. So if this is your second or third break, I'm just going to say it. It's my opinion today. Okay. I think you're in an unhealthy cycle and it's time for formal counseling or to finally call it quits for good. That's what I think. I'm just throwing it out there. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to agree, but I am concerned for you if this is the cycle you're in. Again, I don't necessarily think it's time for couples therapy. I think it's time for individual therapy. You need to figure out why you're in this kind of cycle. It's likely trauma related. It's likely trauma bonding that's keeping you there. I did a whole episode on trauma bonding. You can go back and listen to that. I want to say it as lovingly as possible. So much of what we do in relationships is about looking at ourselves. And I can't tell you how many people come to me for couples work and I'm sending them away to do individual work because that's ethically what I know they need, not the couples. Other unhealthy reasons to take a break, and again, a signal that maybe it's time to break up instead, include, I would say, number one, if you or your partner is interested in pursuing a relationship with another person. I've met with thousands of people in my career and I've talked to thousands more. I have to tell you, if you or your partner is interested in pursuing a relationship, an intimate relationship with another person, not, just sex, which would be to me more about an open relationship, then there's something else going on in it. To me, that's likely a time to break up. Because I don't think when someone is pursuing, unless again, you're in a polyamorous relationship and you've defined all that and you've got all that set up, I don't think you can, I don't think that works. I've seen people try it just so many times and I speak to other therapists, we talk about these things, and outside of a true polyamory, I have not seen that succeed personally. So it doesn't mean it can't for you. It means I haven't seen it. And I hate when people think they're the unicorn in these kind of situations because I see a lot of heartbreak and trauma, frankly. Number two, when you or your partner is interested in having sex with other people. So notice I separated those, wanting to have sex with other people or wanting to actually have a relationship with someone else, wanting to pursue a relationship. These are things that if they're not clearly delineated, then I don't think that's a relationship break. I think that's a breakup. Here's what I see the most when people want to break. It's because they really want to break up, but they think this will be easier. I'm going to be letting my partner down more gently this way. No, it's the most selfish thing you can do. It's a mean thing to do because you're leading on the other person longer and they're doing probably the wrong kind of work. So if you want to break up and you're clear about that, break up. Do the kind thing. It's not kind to string someone's feelings along ever, ever, ever. It's selfish. And I think it's cruel, frankly. I think it's cruel. Number 4 is if you're definitely, I've seen this one. If you're in an argument or the heat of the moment and you're fed up, so we need a break. The decision to take a break should be made from a calm, connected place, not from fear, anger, upset, overwhelm, or anything like that. Number 5, if one of you wants it, but the other one really, really doesn't, when it's not mutual, this creates distrust, resentment, and it really undermines the relationship. Not being able to create some sort of agreed upon ground rules for issues, that's the sign that you might not be able to move forward. So if you're set on the break and your person is not, and you can't have a conversation about how this could work, to me, that's a clear sign it's time to break up. Number 6, if you or your partner is threatening a break as a means of manipulation to get what you want, or for them to get what they want, that's not a reason. That's terrible. That's manipulation. That's fear-based. This is not a love thing.